Okay, my name is John Schmidt. I came from New Creek, West Virginia. My car is a '62 Triumph that I put Ford running gear all the way through it. So you could call it a poor man's Cobra, I don't know. I came here because I enjoy seeing what other people have built and showing my car.
You know, people talk about cruises everywhere, but they always say this Woodward Dream Cruise is the ultimate, right?
It's the only one you need to go to.
Exactly.
Right here. You know, there is no shortage of cool tail fins, bubble skirts, hood ornaments. I've even seen a bunch of antique ambulances. I don't know what that's saying.
Oh, yeah. Right now, we're going to head on over to Malcolm and Alicia. They've got a few classics for us to admire, and hey, we're loving those outfits, guys.
Oh, thanks,
Carol and Steven.
Thank
you as well.
Shucks.
Beautiful as always.
You look great. You look great. I have to say, we decided, since we're pulling cars in a pit stop area here, if you will, we just wanted to pull cars that represented our personalities. So go for it, Malcolm.
I like them big, and I like them luxurious, and I like them with hood ornaments. Cadillac stopped those in 2005. Please bring them back. White wall tires, obviously. But I'm here with a gentleman who has a vehicle, the owner, with a history. Tell me about the vehicle, Ralph.
This car is originally owned by my father. My father passed about 11 years ago, and when he passed, he willed this particular car to my oldest son, which his name is Dominic. My father is Dominic Fazleri, known as the Cadillac Man, because he sold a lot of Cadillacs to this. So all my boys will have all classic cars, because we have 2 other classic cars.
And you bring your dad along for the ride as well.
I bring my dad along. I got his mask card wherever we go. As long as the car's there, Dad's with us, shining down on us.
And Alicia, I see you have something there that, I don't know, I'm liking that as well.
I mean, it is a beauty. I love this 57 yellow T-Bird. Don't take my T-Bird away, people. Don't you dare. This is owned by Kathy of Rochester. Her husband's been driving. Bill, thank you both for being with us. And I love this poodle skirt. Do you see this? It's a beauty.
I love this earring.
Oh, Love Me Tender records there. How long have you had this car?
It's been in the family for maybe 3 or 4 decades.
Really?
Yeah, my father had 3. He had 1 for each child, and he was waiting to give them away, but he didn't really want to give them to us for a long time. And one day my sister said, that's it, we want to cruise with this. And so we got in the very first cruise.
You were in the very first cruise?
My sister and I.
22 years ago.
Yeah, she has a red 57 T-Bird, red poodle skirt. We went together. We got in the cruise news, whatever they were doing then. It was great family fun.
And I could tell you really get into it, even still.
Great. Yes, it was. And when they start playing music, then you just don't sit still. Then
No, you
know,
can't.
no.
Bill, and you even compliment the car too.
Well, thank you very much.
But you're the driver.
Though.
She's the driver, he's the repair person, he's a put it together, and I just go, yes, and it's mine.
See, that's teamwork and style. We are just having a blast.
We got a couple of different generations represented, but white wall tires, those are a must, Bragg Alley.
You know it, Malcolm, Alicia, every single garage has a story. This one was transformed into a restaurant. Everybody's busy stuffing their faces, enjoying themselves up inside a garage. What's up, buddy? Take a little high five? You having fun?
Good.
Yeah, he is. Every car has its own story, too. And for one family, over 6 decades and 3 generations made this coupe a labor of love. It was 1953 when Ed Bruni fell in love with this 1936 Chevy Coupe.
I was 15 years old, and the lady 2 doors down was going to trade it in on a new Chevy. She wanted $150 for it. I sold my J.C. Higgins bicycle, I sold my chemistry set, I sold my lawn electric train, cut some lawns, did some stuff, and I came up with about $100. And my dad said, well, okay, I'll kick in the rest, and we bought the car.
Ed and his dad spent the winter of 1953 souping up the car, even if it didn't leave the house for a while.
About when I was 15, I couldn't drive it because I didn't have a driver's license. So all I could do until I turned 16 was drive it up and down the driveway and polish it.
The next year, Ed finally drove his cool coupe and even started a car club called the Road Knights.
It sort of became a hot rod in '54. You know, it was not super fast like cars now, but it was a fun car and we had a lot of fun with it.
Ed's son John loved to hear stories about the 36 Coupe. He remembers one his grandfather told over and over again about those street races.
He'd say, Johnny, your dad would come home and second gear would be gone in the car, and he'd look me right square in the eye and say, I'm not racing it, Dad. And then you say, Adam, but we had a pile of 36 Chevrolet transmissions in the backyard that tall, and your dad could change one out in 20 minutes.
Ed enjoyed the car for years, but at one point, life took him down another road.
I got married, we had the kids, and we had bought a house.
The year the water pump started leaking was the year I was born. so that was kind of it. That's when the car kind of got parked.
Ed's son John was always curious about the car growing up.
It's really a unique car. It's not something you saw a lot. And the whole time I was growing up, he was collecting parts for this car, actually to restore it to an original 1936 Chevrolet.
And about a decade ago, they started restoring the Coupe once again into an award-worthy hot rod. They found an overdrive version of a Packard transmission.
It was in the back of a very old junkyard where the trees were growing up through the cars, and so we hauled a bunch of tools and cutting torches and literally excavated the transmission, and you know, everything kind of came together and we were able to really do that together, right? So spend time, you know, all that time with the tools in hand and, you know, kind of feeding off each other, and it was nice. It was special.
He's a car nut like me, you know, and it's really good to do it, and it brings us close together, gives us stuff to talk about that's, you know, that's fun.
Of course, John likes to talk about his favorite moment of the restoration.
It's always when you turn the key for the first time, you know, and the thing comes to life. It's the whole high five moment, right?
For Ed, the car holds 6 decades of memories.
You don't see traditional, real hot rods like this much anymore. We had a lot of fun with this thing, I'll tell you what.
Every garage is unique, every car is unique, and friendships are unique too. How many years have you guys been coming to the Dream Cruise?
Every year.
Is that right?
That's right.
And you brought friends. I'm guessing I know where you're from.
I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and we've been here about 8 out of the years.
And you flew up just for today?
That's for sure. We flew up Wednesday and leaving Sunday.
Wow. Bringing the car out here, what'd you guys drive in today?
We're driving a 68 GTO convertible.
All right, I promised you I wouldn't put you on TV, but here you go. Here's your big moment. How much do you love having your friends here?
Oh, I love coming up for the cruise.
All right, we love having you too. From anywhere, the cruise is great for anybody. Stephen and Carolyn, we know that better than anybody.
Yeah, it's all about cars, but really it's all about family and friends. It is a great time to get together.
Isn't it truly a family affair? Beautiful to see, too. Thanks, Brad. Coming up next, an unprecedented look at where the Camaro is made.
The Woodward Dream Cruise, presented by Chevrolet, live on Channel 7, is brought to you by DMC, leading health care. Kroger, fresh food, low prices. And Chevrolet, celebrating 50 years of Camaro.
Hey, I'm Tim Beards. I travel up here from the Orlando area. It's our summertime look forward to do things. The Woodward Dream Cruise is always big on our hit list for car shows. I've come up with my 1932 Ford, but it's always a blast to come up for.
Yeah, Tim looks like he's still chilling in Florida, doesn't it?
He does. Don't you like that Dream Cruise shirt?
Wow.
And that ride.
Beautiful.
Woo! Hear that muscle? It is a dream to look at and to drive. We're talking about the Camaro. It is one hot car. It's nicknamed the Hugger because of its low stance and it hugs the road.
Yeah, Camaro fans have been celebrating its 50th birthday all summer long. There were 2 special parties this week for that. Take a look.
Festivities started in Lansing on Thursday. Hundreds of Camaro owners gathered at the Grand River Assembly Plant to show off their muscle cars. Then people got a rare look inside the Camaro factory and had a chance to talk to GM employees. The plant has been building the Camaro since GM launched the 6th generation last year. And on Friday, Detroit hosted a Cars and Coffee downtown for hundreds of Camaro owners. Camaro's chief engineer, Al Oppenheiser, says he's proud to celebrate an iconic American car.
There's no better place to be able to share this rally with everyone than, the Motor City, the Woodward Dream Cruise. It's Woodward Avenue, the first paved highway in America. It's the biggest car event in the world, and we're grateful to be part of it. And we're going to show them a few nice-looking Camaros, and they're going to hear some nice-sounding exhaust here.
The Camaros then paraded past GM's world headquarters in downtown Detroit and up onto the route of the Dream Cruise, Woodward Avenue. Boy, oh boy, what a sight.
That was pretty cool.
Hey, by the way, we are driving our 69 Camaro.
Isn't it sweet?
This is not the 50th anniversary, but this is ours.
Yes, indeed. You can ride with us all show long. Well, the Camaro is now in its 6th generation, and people are dreaming of the 2017 models already, and they're on display right here on Woodward.
And you know, designers out here dreaming of like the 2020 or 2021 model already. Hey, many of you would like probably to take one of these out on the avenue to see how fast it can go. Joanne, do you see any horsepower by chance out there where you are?
Oh, just a little bit of horsepower, you guys. In this 2017 Camaro, there are many of them down here along Woodward. One of them you see up there perched high above the sign that commemorates the 50th anniversary of this car. It's been amazing to see the different looks that this vehicle has had through the decades. But one thing has always remained constant. The Camaro is about speed and performance. And Glenda is with someone right now who knows a whole lot about both those things.
Joe, I call shotgun on this one all day long. And I am riding with Jim Campbell. He's the VP of Performance and Motorsports at Chevrolet, which really means he says all the fun stuff. But we are sitting in the 50th anniversary edition. Jim, so many cool touches.
Oh, absolutely. Well, everyone saw the very first 1967 Camaro. We're sitting in the 50th anniversary edition. This is really a tribute to all the great performance, design, and affordability that Camaro's brought for year after year. Unique graphics package. You can see the stitching on the inside of this car. It's inspired by Hugger Orange, a very famous color from the first generation Camaro. It has unique calipers, and all the 50 logos are on it. It's a way to celebrate our anniversary.
Well, we see all the 50s on it, and like you said, the lighting changes, the customization. Really, people want to make their own cars.
Well, you know, you think about what's happened here on Woodward for decades. It's about personalizing your performance and your design and style. And we offer a lot of accessories and performance parts that allow people to take a standard Camaro and make it their own, just like they've done for decades here on Woodward Avenue.
We see them out there, and the 50th anniversary, of course, bringing out all the clubs and all the people who want to celebrate the special occasion.
We've had hundreds and hundreds of customers bring their Camaros here to Detroit. We hosted them up at our Lansing factory. They got a private tour of the factory where we now build this Camaro. Wow. We then started at Joe Louis yesterday. Mark Royce actually paced everybody up Woodward Avenue and brought all the Camaros from every generation. 24 states were represented, including 4 people from Canada, driving all the Camaros right up Woodward Avenue on M1. It was a pretty special day.
Fabulous sight. There's a beautiful one right over there, Joe.
Let you go. I've been admiring the red Camaro. Please tell us about this one here.
This is our Camaro ZL1, and ZL1's a special moniker in Camaro. Under the hood is our LT4 engine, 6.2 liter V8, supercharged, 650 horsepower. This car also has magnetic ride, 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. This is about performance, it's about style, and boy, we love it.
The thing is that the first Camaro is only feet away from here, so if you come on down to Woodward, you can see that too. Thanks, Jim.
With that kind of speed, the boss made sure we had our seatbelts on. Yeah. Carolyn, Steven.
Oh, Glenda and Joanne, I just love that red one. That one you're sitting in, Glenda's pretty sweet too, but red is my color for sure.
I think when it comes down to it, they're all really sweet.
Aren't they?
Oh, nice. Up next, inside a cool collection of 4x4s.
We check out a few rare Broncos, including one that may be a one of a kind.